Del Poland.
I'm on air.
Janurary.
You on the air?
The DELoL Show.
Anyone on the air?
DELoL on air. The DELoL Show.
Funny stuff.
Sunday 2 to 3. DELoL on air.
Hey guys, welcome back to the DELoL Show. It's been, what, good lord, a month now, because the last show was before Christmas.
It's like
So it's
almost 2 months.
And
now.
this is, well, I wanted to make sure everybody had a really good Christmas, and I didn't want to interrupt that with the DELoL Show, and, you know, have...
Because this would have ruined Christmas.
No, I was thinking I didn't want them to compare it to this and be like, man, look at this crappy scarf I got, and, you know, I'm going to go watch the show.
Well, he's just all about his nice scarf that he got.
Yeah, I got a really nice Italian scarf for Christmas.
It's Italian.
I could have gone for an Italian girl instead, but my girlfriend got a little pissy when that was on my list.
Yeah, understandable.
So, what did y'all do for Christmas?
I drank a lot. I opened up my new Xbox Connect.
Nice.
Did a little bit of pretty much a little bit of gaming. Still working on Assassin's Creed 3.
Hey, here's an idea. How about next show we review, because I got a Wii.
A Wii U even.
A Wii U even. And what's the Wii U even? But anyway, why don't we next show? Here's an idea, just out of the blue. Why don't we review that next episode? Those two.
Right, because this wasn't something we were supposed to do today at all.
That's a good
yeah.
idea. Yeah.
Well, we were going to do it today, but I got a call from a couple of jackasses, Doug Funnie and Thomas Druden from Urizen, and they were like, guys, can we please, like, seriously, they called like nonstop for 3 days, and we're like, can we please come on your show? We have a show coming up this Friday, and we want to come on and promote. I'm like, guys, look, I have a whole show planned. You know, this would mean adjusting just everything. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But they agreed to send, you know, like $1,000 that we could use for promotion material. So I agreed to let them come on the show.
Pizza.
For beer
show.
and pizza.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's how I work.
So today on the show, we've got Urizen and we've got Doug Funnie. And this time, I'm going to pronounce the band name right. Am I? Good. Okay. It only took an entire year of me overwriting what I learned from Brian.
Dude, I've seen him twice at Allcon, and I've always been like, Urizen.
That's what it's so weird, because that's how I learned it, too.
And he was like, it's Urizen. It's like,
excellent. Okay. Now they're going to change
Break it down for us, please.
Now they're going to change it back to, they're going to change it to Urizen. I'm just going to take me a whole year to get used to this. So, Jay, what did you do for Christmas?
I went to Houston for about a week to see the family there, and I think out of that week, I spent about 2 hours sober. That's how I roll with my family.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good quality family time right
Yeah,
there.
you know, mimosas with Christmas presents. Roll that right into beers at lunch and then gin at dinner. So
Nice.
What was your best gift you got?
I actually got the ingredients for another batch of homebrew.
Oh, very nice.
So.
Who's your favorite relative? The one you love the most?
None of them.
That's fair.
What'd you get? How about you? What was your favorite thing?
Gosh, what did I get? Nothing. No, I got a...
You got a Wii U. What do you mean
I got a Wii U.
nothing?
That was one I got for myself for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
He's his favorite relative.
I know, yeah. And let's see, I did
And
get
he's been playing with himself the entire time. Just
that
on
was
the
my
Wii U.
gift to
I've
me.
seen it.
Yeah, that was my gift to me. Self-love. It's important in life.
Very important.
Now I got an awesome, great Italian scarf, and I've been bitching for like years. I don't have any good scarves, so I got that. But no, I got a new guitar, so I'm extremely happy.
Who gave you the guitar?
Huh? Carol.
Carol. Good old Carol.
But in
So,
all
yeah,
fairness,
a
he did
Gibson-
get Carol
a Gibson Nighthawk. Very happy with
Dalek robe.
Oh yeah, I got her a Dalek robe from Doctor Who. She, you know, she's a huge. We're both Doctor Who fans, but she loves the Daleks and like has like a little stuffed plushie she sleeps with and everything like that. And so I got her a robe that makes her look like one. Oh, it's really funny. Actually, I have video, and I didn't get it prepared for the show today, but it's her unwrapping the present. And I'll just act it out for her. She's like, oh. I was like, I hand it to her, and I'm like, do you know what it is? She's like, yeah, it's a robe. I'm like, how'd you know it's a robe? She's like, I don't know. It feels like a robe, about the right size. So she's opening it up. She's like, and she's looking at this weird patterns of designs of the circles and the stripes. She's like, has no idea what it is. She looks at the logo. She's like, oh, my God, it's a robe. And then she's like, oh, it's snowing outside. And then she gets up and walks outside. So.
It was snowing. That was really nice Christmas Day.
Yeah.
One of the things that we had around the house, it was actually a unicorn mug. And I'd seen the print and the shirt online, and it was called Afternoon Delight. It's 2 unicorns fucking in front of a rainbow. And so we filled that up with some coffee and whiskey and went outside in the snow, and it was very magical.
Yeah, we were
Very
playing
white
around,
Christmas.
running
Very
around
nice.
in the snow. So, yeah, it's my prayers to Satan and Santa both worked, and we got snow that day.
One and the same.
And all I had to do was give him somebody else's soul. Here's the trick when you're going to make a deal with Satan. Never sign away your own soul. Most people just make that mistake right off the bat. Noobs.
Yeah.
Sign away
Seriously.
somebody else's. You know, that's the deal.
Anything the
or your
Simpsons has
kids.
taught us.
You know?
Yeah.
And then raise them to hate you so you don't feel bad when you betray them. little tidbit there, life pro tip.
Do I need to worry about my soul? You keep looking at me like,
No,
I'm next.
he already sold it.
Yeah, I was like, because I don't really think that's around anymore. So,
Too gradated too far. Well, what about New Year's? Anybody do anything cool for New Year's?
What did I do for New Year's? Oh, yeah. We went to our friend's house for her party.
Dez's.
Yeah. I put things up high because Desiree is short and couldn't reach them.
I feel her pain.
Good times were had by all.
Yeah, she spent the next day like knocking party hats off of door frames and whatnot. I think she used a broom or something.
And Carol and I went to 2 different parties, and she calls me like 5 minutes before midnight. She's like, look, call me 1 minute before midnight. We'll celebrate it together. It'll be romantic.
It is romantic.
So I call her, and 1 minute out, doesn't answer. 30 seconds out, doesn't answer. 10 seconds out, doesn't answer. 3 hours later, she calls me. She's like, I'm so sorry, I forgot. I'm like, you literally had to keep that in your head. You called me with this idea, and then you literally forgot within 5 minutes to answer your phone when I called back. She's a horrible girlfriend.
That's true.
But she's moving in, so that's great, too.
It's moving weekend for you guys. That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, what did you say you did for New Year's?
Actually, Leia and Nesta came over New Year's Day. New Year's Eve, like, I just drank a lot of wine and frame bros, and I don't really remember much else than that. But the day after, like, Leia and Nesta came over, and we actually played the Star Wars all day long. And
yeah, how is that?
It was pretty fun. We did a little bit of the dance-off, and we did a little bit of
the Han Solo dancing game that's so popular?
I don't know if it's Han Solo. Well, we were playing against Princess Leia and showing her moves. She didn't even know. And then there's also the pod racing. That's been my favorite so far, is to do the fake pod racing.
How about that laser tag we did the other day? Our friends
awesome.
Nesto and Leia.
That was fun. That was my first time to do a laser tag.
I haven't done it in probably 15 years, and I thought, oh, this is going to be so lame. Guys off screen, have y'all done laser tag recently? All right, we're doing a Urizen versus the DELoL show. I'm telling you, like, we were like, oh, okay, this will be kind of fun. I haven't had like 15 minutes of like that much fun in forever.
And there was like, it seemed like 35, maybe more people in there.
Yeah,
we at least had like 20 people on a team. I left stinky though, like my back was sweating from holding that big vest and stuff.
Yeah, I was gross.
And running around, it was nice.
I was like, actually happy when it was over because it was so hot and smoky in there.
It was.
But it was great.
I was okay. I came out number 8 or 9 on my team out of like 20, so that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I think I'm like 5.
James came out of 2 on the team, of course. He was like
and there was that one dude that whipped everybody's ass. He had like 3 times the points of everybody else on
that
the
was
team.
crazy.
So, well, tell you what, how about we jump right into the guests? We're going to take, not a quick break. We're going to run the little, what we like to call a show intro.
Yeah, we've been at this a little while.
So,
we've cold opening.
Yeah. So let's cut to that. And then we come back. We're going to have nerdcore rapper Doug Funnie on the show.
Awesome.
Doug, you're in that version of the video.
Yeah.
So we got in the studio today, we have Doug Funnie, who's in the intro. You're welcome. And Urizen, of course, who did the theme song. You're welcome, guys, for us using it. You're welcome. But no, thank you for letting us use it, by the way. That's always been one of my favorite songs. And so it's a real pleasure to edit to, because I never get tired when I'm listening to the music. I'm always still like, jamming out to it. But the new one that will run next week has a few more little things in there too.
So
but
newer.
Yes, Onward We March is actually in the final shot of that.
Oh,
when
really?
We do the spin around in the big group. So
yeah,
that'll be a lot of fun.
Those wacky guys.
Oh, this Friday at the Boiler Room, I believe.
The Boiler Room.
There's a show coming up that's going to have a bunch of good things. Why don't you tell us what those things are?
Artists. There's going to be a couple artists. It'll be me. I'll be opening the night. Lizard Professor.
And Lizard Professor, we had friends last night. Pugs and them apparently were telling us they're really great too.
Yeah, they're really good guys. I mean, they definitely play metal as far as I last heard. I haven't heard them in like some years now when I first started.
Yeah, Onward We March was talking about them yesterday, as a matter of fact, that they were looking to do a show with them. They think they're one of the best in Dallas.
Yeah, they're really good, man. So I'm really looking forward to listening to new stuff. Also, Dr. Awkward will be on there as well. I haven't heard Dr. Awkward, so I'm definitely looking for his stuff. My friend Megaran, a.k.a. Random, who's on the Big Kid remix of mine, he'll be up there doing performances. Also touring with Urizen. So
It's Urizen. Trust me, we learned that the hard way.
I'm going to have to learn it the hard way.
There was a whole web page they set up called Urizen.Urizen.com, but it was really confusing because you couldn't read it.
Really
It didn't help. It was like tomato.
No one says tomato. Seriously.
My grandmother said tomato, and I slapped her once, and I had to correct her.
That was the Alzheimer's, though. So
I'm gonna start saying that.
Maybe
now,
she wanted a clump.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
saying that now.
I'm gonna say potato for everything and pretend like I never knew it was potato.
Let me get some potato fries.
you're never
Right?
coming to
Can I
my
get some potato fries?
You're never coming to my new place.
So yeah, it's this Friday, so it's definitely gonna be fun.
And tell us a little bit about what you've been on the show before, but tell us a little bit about what you do.
I'm a nerdcore hip hop artist. It's basically hip hop with just nerd references, video games,
Like the
music,
Candy?
comic book.
So
Yeah,
you
I
sing
can
about
go
candy
Candy.
a
I can
lot?
do candies.
Is
I
that
mean-
okay?
I mean,
That's interesting. I've never heard somebody just rap about candy before.
MC
Yeah,
Chris
just
did.
nerds.
I was like, never mind,
candy.
MC Chris, yeah.
I like candy, bubblegum and taffy. Yeah. So there's a lot of references with nerdcore. So I mean, especially being a DFW, being the only nerdcore hip hop artist trying to do shows.
Yeah.
And then you run across a whole bunch of gangster artists, and not a lot of people dig that so much.
Well, we saw you, Jay and I, a while back, saw you with the Double Wide, which reminds me, I still have entire footage from that show that we need to give to you to whip it up.
I had completely blanked
Or
on
let me
that.
know your YouTube page and I'll upload it for you. But yeah, we have full performances from that, and they're great. And the audience at home hasn't
Weren't
been
you
good
Velma
enough
during that?
I'm going to. No, that was the
That was
show.
earlier.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
CD release
Oh,
party.
okay.
Pay
Oh, yeah.
attention,
I
Jay.
only do the big shit.
Sorry.
But we didn't have enough people post on Facebook, so they don't get rewarded with watching that footage today.
Okay, that's fair.
But we'll get that to you. But no, it was absolutely fantastic. I mean, you did a great job of explaining what you do, and I think that's important about doing anything. You should be able to explain it. But yeah, I mean, you have songs like about Velma, also Legend of Zelda songs, which I don't see how you could be a nerd and not enjoy Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
I also like your peanuts.
I thought
I heard it coming out.
I know that's what it's. Man, I was hoping that was going to go another direction. For just a
Stop it.
second.
As it was coming out, I heard it, but I do like that song.
Right.
Yeah.
Song.
So tell us a few that, like, yeah, give us a range of what you sing about. I know you said nerd stuff, but you know that could be, like I said, candy. I could take it that direction if you
Is it
want.
like
but-
science?
it's
Do you have any
really-
science songs?
Yeah.
I have a few science songs. I'm actually doing a mixtape with Linby where we're going to bring people to the movies. Basically, in other words, we're gonna remix songs from movies. One in particular is re-remixing Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I've seen them do that live, and that's a really
it's
nice
really
version. It's a
good.
really good big band version. Like that pretty much sold me on seeing them that night. I was like, all right, they
Linby
won.
is great
They
guys,
did it.
man. We're
They
gonna
did it.
Do that. The Warriors.
Nice.
I think there's another track we're gonna do. Back to the Future.
Oh
We're
yeah.
definitely touching Back to the Future. That's
Good.
gonna happen.
Of course, we talked about that before. It's one of our favorites. I've rewatched the trilogy last week. Still, what's funny is now that I hit that part where Biff brings the thing into the
you
future,
messed
I'm
me
like,
up, man. You messed me up.
shouldn't happen.
Yeah, but you can still look in the background and see Marty McFly doing his thing in multiple locations.
Dude, I still love, the Back to the Future 2, I think is still my favorite, just for all the background stuff
Yeah.
going on, the
I really miss
interaction.
Crispin Glover. So
And it's who? Yeah, you know there was a lawsuit, you know, because he didn't want to appear in that film.
He didn't,
and
yeah.
they used old footage, and then the guy hanging upside down is the guy with prosthetics and stuff like that.
He won that case.
But yeah, he did, and now in a film you cannot use previously taped material without the artist's permission.
Oh, really?
Because of Crispin Glover.
I did not know that.
It's called Glover's Law, I believe, and you can't. Yeah,
I don't really think it's
you
called that.
I doubt it.
Crispin's Law, St. Crispin's Law.
I would like it to be called Crispin's Law.
So okay, so this Friday. Now, how did the show come back? 'Cause that's a lot of people, a lot of very well known groups coming together.
I mean, I was just searching around Facebook, and friend Rustin hit me up on Facebook, who's a part of Urizen.
Get it right.
I was gonna say both at this point. They hit me up. I was like, "Hey, you want to do the show?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. I mean, whatever y'all want to do, I'm totally down for it. I dig y'all music, so I definitely want to be a part of whatever y'all want to do."
Very cool.
So they hit me up, and I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, down. No questions."
Jay's the tallest one, and he's lowering his mic. Are you okay over there?
I have the ADD, and I just start fiddling with stuff. I was like, ooh.
I just heard this giant thump, and I wondered what the hell was going on over there. Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
He do have the ADD. Look at him go.
Leave me alone.
I thought I was the worst one here. So, well, what can we look for? Is there anything special you're going to be doing, or is this just going to be a boring show and there's really not much that people are going to know?
I'm going to do a new few songs off the album, off the crap, I forgot the name of the album. It's not that.
That's okay. I never bothered.
Staring at you.
It was so bad. I never bothered to learn it.
Because I got too many projects happening at one time. I forget names really quickly. The Head in the Clouds album, do a few songs.
Oh, sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. Make sure you turn into the beer show next Friday. Sorry, you reminded me about other projects. I just wanted to stop you and
really
promote one of mine
in the middle of an interview.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Can you answer his question, please?
What was the question?
I didn't ask her question.
I got one. Don't you have like a side project you're starting up now, like a newer punk band? With somebody else?
Punk band.
Yes.
The Scratch the Hounds band. I'll be playing bass for that. We're actually got a booked show on the 22nd at the Grotto in Fort Worth.
Very cool.
No, the Cellar. I apologize.
Oh, well, never mind. That's not the cool
The
then.
Cellar in Fort Worth.
I was all excited about the first one, and then Cellar.
It's not the Grotto.
And what's the date on that one again?
The 22nd.
Very cool.
22nd of February.
But I want to focus more on this one coming up on Friday. So it's amazing, like that many good bands, because normally there's like one or two that I like, and then I have to sit through Dallas douche rock for other stuff. So it's really cool.
That is a genre, by the way.
Oh, dude,
It is.
It is.
Douche
Trust
rock?
me. It's 90% of Dallas is Dallas
Can I put
douche
that in my
rock.
Pandora?
Yeah.
Put it in
Yeah, you just type in douche
Put it in
rock,
Pandora.
and it just all pops up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It's
no,
all about
check it out.
You have to
YOLO,
put up with
swag.
a lot of Ed Hardy advertisements between songs, though.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to mention any bands specifically, but only because if they ever asked us to play a show, I want to play with them. But I've got like 5 in my head right now. I can think they're like
Such a
perfect.
Perfect name.
Yeah. So, well, I'm really excited about this. Do you have any other projects going on?
The Linby mixtape. We're trying to release that in March, but who knows? It's
Other
all
than
in
that,
there
you're
for
sitting on your
everything.
ass and doing nothing.
We're working on the drafts of the beats right now, and then we're gonna bring it to the band, and then they rehearse it, and then we play it live and release the CD. It's just a whole long process that we have to figure
Now,
out.
what order on the show on Friday are you playing?
First.
You're
up.
first. And what time do the doors open?
There really is no set door. I mean, we're getting people there at 7.
Okay.
Shows start at 8.
Oh wow, that's an early show.
Yeah.
it's a
Gives a
early
lineup.
show.
I think it's
it's
like
a long
5 or
lineup.
6 performers that night. Yeah. Notice I'm not one of them, but we'll come back to that later.
This guy's not bitter at all.
no.
No, I mean we're obviously I'm gonna be there for sure. So and I especially want to see, was it Dr. Lizard? Is that the other one that
Lizard Professor.
Lizard Professor? That's it. Dr. Lizard Professor
There's
Moriarty.
Dr.
Yeah.
You know what? That's it. Dr. R. That's why I got confused. You know what? I'm doing a Dr. Lizard, awkward
Dr. Lizard.
professor band,
Dr.
and I'm
Lizard.
gonna be like, suck it, other bands.
Awkward professor.
You know what I've
band.
always wanted to do is take a well-known artist from around Dallas and make a band like I don't know if you know like Chad Lovell is. Chad Lovell used to be the drummer for Course of Empire back in the '90s, and he's the sound guy over at Curtain Club. But I always want to start a band called the Chad Lovell Trio without him in it, and just book shows and be like, "Whoa, we didn't say he was in the band. It's just the name of the band."
Just
He's lacking.
And just book shows as so when you show up, he just looks at you the whole time like, "What the fuck are you doing?" So this will be exciting.
Definitely play on there.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a quick break, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna ask you some questions that have nothing to do at all with Doug Funnie.
Cool.
All right, great.
With that.
love is like a mausoleum in the middle of odd fellows' rest. Learn to wither and neglect, but nobody comes to pay respects. Sounds like hell by any other day. I've no use for the past, so just get off my ass. I'm better off if I'm left to myself. I remember the bells like the whining of the whelps. How I ran, oh, I'd never see that face of yours again. Love, just like a withered stone, strikes your heart, watch it break just like a bone. Just easier alone is where I lay my head is home. That the fate, the cruelest pagan play. I've no use for the past, so just get off my ass. I'm better off if I'm left to myself. I remember the bells like the whining of the whelps, and now I ran. I'd never see that face of yours again. But you can't have control or live. Can't buy my soul with the charms. If my heart should do me harm, yours is too cold in my arms. Like I say, I knew a better way.
Live, local, in your neighborhood.
I want to try something radical.
This is DELoL On Air, serving the DFW Metroplex. Live, DELoLonair.com. Check out DELoLonair.com for all of your exclusive rates, show times, and more. Everything you need to know about the local music scene for the Dallas-Fort Worth area can be found online. DELoLonair.com.
Jedi, man, I really like those new sweepers. Who's the voice on those?
Dude, we got a new voice. It's Troy Dorman, man. The new voice of DELoL On Air.
I like that,
Yeah.
man. We're going to have him in here and do an interview with him.
I hope he talks that way the whole
I
time.
know.
Yeah. That would be
Thanks,
awesome.
Del. I really appreciate that. So, well, we got a special treat at the end of the show. We have a video of Doug Funnie. It's a little long, so we're going to save it for the end. But we're going to run.
That's
What is it going to be? What are they going to watch?
It was the videos of the performances that happened at the Double Wide with Megaran when he was touring here before. So I mean, it's a good performance. There's a little chat in there too.
I'm very excited. So we
You sound excited.
Yeah,
You sound
yeah.
excited.
Man, that sounds
Yeah, it's
absolutely great.
So cool.
That sounds amazing.
We talked once.
So let me ask something. Now that to get straight away a little bit from what we should be talking about, what was the latest movie you saw? What's the last movie you saw?
Last movie I saw in theaters or last movie period?
I'll tell you what, either one.
Last movie I saw was on Netflix. High School.
So
Video
what's
Game High School.
What's
Last movie.
okay? What is Video Game High School?
Basically a kid who kills this guy he's basically online the whole time. It's like Call of Duty, and this guy named Law hacks into people's networks and kills people because he's just that good. Then a noob accidentally kills him, and he gets enrolled into Video Game High School. And
Was it good?
It was good.
It sounds interesting.
It's
The
on
principal of
Netflix?
the high school is a guy from Epic Mealtime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the South Spouse. That guy. He's the principal. So I thought that thing was funny. So
And what about the latest one you saw in theater? What's
I've been in theaters in a while.
same here? I think mine was Looper. Was the last thing
Yeah,
I
I
saw in
think that
theater.
was
Probably
mine also.
Looper.
Same
Yeah.
here.
Probably.
Oh, was it? Okay.
That was
It
the
was
weekend
probably
that,
Looper.
that was the last time we were all together. Is when we all.
And Doug said it on the Looper review. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we ended up rolling into Back to the Future, I believe, from the Looper. Everything ties back to Back in the Future. Yeah. Right now, I always like to pretend that right now, outside this window, there's me from the future adjusting stuff so that right now this moment's going good for me. Like, I'm the Marty.
Speaking of which, because last time we were talking about Looper, we got into Primer.
Yes. Oh, and
Primer.
I
got in halfway through and I was drinking. And then
That's
I
a
got
bad-
too drunk and I was like, I can't
Yeah.
follow y'all anymore. So I'll have to watch this later.
That one you need to be sober the first
It's
time
one of
you
the
see
few
that.
movies I will
Because you'll
tell
be
you,
like,
be
what?
absolutely sober. Don't do any drugs if you want to keep up with what's going on in that movie. And honestly, it's one you got to watch 2 or 3 times even. Like, you'll get the premise, you'll understand it.
Yeah.
But to understand the loops that it goes through, it's really impressive.
Yeah,
so.
throwing me off.
But, so what was the last thing you saw?
Last night I rented the Expendables 2, and That's My Boy. That one with Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg. Like I was saying earlier, I didn't expect it to be off the wall as it was. It was ridiculously outrageous and really funny. Like, it was way better than I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, it's going to be bad.
Taffet is looking forward to the new movie 34 movie.
I think he means 43.
43.
And yes,
oh,
I
I'm
am.
sorry. Is that what threw everybody?
Yeah.
I inverted the numbers.
I'm going to try to poke fun at Taffet. I can't do it.
I had no. Everybody's like sitting at home, literally going, "Oh God, 43. That makes no. Oh, 34. Now I know what movie we're talking about."
Again.
Tomatoes.
That's the one. So all
Wow.
the same guys are doing the epic movies and the action movies and the.
I know it has
cast.
Anna Faris in it, and it has Hugh Jackman, and then it's got
It also has
Liam
the producers
Schreiber.
of the movies, epic movie.
I've never seen Epic Movie or any of those other stuff.
All right, you know what? Go treat yourself
Go
one
and
day.
check it out.
Go enjoy
Treat
that.
yourself.
I stopped at Scary Movie 2, and that was about it for me.
So Jay, what's the latest thing you've seen?
Dread.
Yeah, and what did you think about that?
I really liked it. It is just an hour and a half long.
Now wait a second. You said the last thing you saw in theaters was Looper. Yet Dread has not come out on DV. I
Oh,
asked
but it
you,
has.
Actually,
How'd you do
it
that?
has.
About 2 weeks
all right,
now.
but you watched this.
That's a very
really?
nice try.
God, I'm so behind on this.
Yeah, I watched it last week. A week after it came out on DVD.
Aren't
well,
you
there
guys
you go.
roommates too?
Yeah.
Recently. I download everything at least. I literally, like, release dates have gone out the window for me. Obviously that's a joke. I would never do that.
Uh-huh.
No one would ever, hi FBI. No one would ever do that. But, release dates, gone. Like, unless I know the people personally, the idea of going out and purchasing a rectangular object that has media on it is, like, so far gone.
You were buying VHSs? And
Yeah,
stuff?
no, I meant the case because I'm thinking,
okay.
I guess the DVDs are not. I get the rectangular DVDs.
Oh, okay.
That they hold more information in the corners.
No, I'll tell you this,
than
though,
the
about
regular
Dread.
circles.
They did one very, I thought it was a pretty interesting take on it. So there's a drug called slow-mo, and it slows everything down to your perception. So when you actually see stuff in slow motion, it's always immediately after someone has taken that drug. So, like, there's a reason for them to use slow motion.
Oh, okay. So they bullet time it, but they have a reason in the story
Yeah.
that kind of interact. Oh, very
So,
nice.
like, a guy is being executed, and they dose him with the slow-mo, and then they toss him off the 200th floor of a building. So it feels like it's
shoot.
taken
Hilarious.
a lot longer.
Wow.
That's hardcore.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that is, of course, after they skinned him.
Oh,
So,
Yeah, they did that.
yeah, it's kind
That
of
already
a,
sounds
kind
better
of a
than the
shitty
first
day
one.
for that guy.
yeah. Well,
At
he
least
was
it
found.
ended.
He was found guilty.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, no, that was just drug violence. So, you don't have to feel
Oh,
bad. It was
okay,
dealer
okay.
on dealer crime. So it's like, whatever.
that's
He
fine.
got skinned and then slow motion fell for 200 floors.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about the new Dread. And they don't show his face, correct? They
That
actually
is correct.
hold to the comic of
Yep.
just the. Or when
mouth.
they do, it's
No,
obscured. or
no,
something.
it's always with the helmet on.
that's
Like,
great.
At
That makes
the
me
very
happy.
beginning, you see, like, the back of his head when he's putting his helmet on. That's it.
Nice.
Never
I
mind.
really
they,
want to
they-
see
never
that.
mind. They broke it.
I may have to go to Redbox tonight because it was between that and Frank and Weenie for tonight.
Oh, but
so.
have you ever seen the original Frank?
I
and
do.
Weenie?
It's on my Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay, same
collector's
here.
edition.
So I'm excited to see the full length movie.
Yeah,
about that.
but definitely check out Dread. It's worth a watch. It's an hour and a half of action. That's it. That's all it is.
I've heard nothing but good things about it, so I really want
cool.
to.
Well, the only reason I ask is I want to get to what I watched recently.
No one cares.
A 4-hour-long documentary on Thomas Jefferson. It was great. Very
Nice.
action-packed. No skinning people and throwing them off 200 floors. It really wasn't
Slackers.
that. I mean, it was good. It wasn't that interesting. That just happens to be the very last thing that I watched while doing some editing. But it was all right. Did you know he was president at one point?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, no lie, dude.
Well,
and Benjamin Franklin wasn't.
Then
Totally
again,
blew my mind.
in the last month, you've watched all of How I Met Your Mother.
That is true. I finally enough people
Like,
finally
he
told
just
me.
sat down and watched the whole thing all the way
I've
through.
kind of avoided. I was like, oh, this is like a cheesy little sitcom, but I will admit this: I laugh all the way through it.
It's
You know,
fun
it's not the
stuff.
most fun stuff, but yeah, if I'm laughing every minute, it's better than most stuff on television.
I've seen one episode, and it's the only
better
one
than everything on CBS.
where they get the Proclaimers tape stuck in the car and they're going across country. That's,
that's
the only one, and that one made me laugh.
And that's a running gag because every
time they're in that car, that's all.
Everything in that show is a running gag.
Yeah, but that's the one nice thing is was it season 7 or something? There's still the running gags from like episode 1. So that was nice.
I'm finally catching up on Dexter. Remember when we were mates and like
Dexter's Laboratory is one of my favorite cartoons ever.
Boy.
I think she means Dexter.
He knows what I mean. He knows what I mean. But I'm about maybe like 6 episodes actually being caught up to it because like when I first got into Dexter, like I fell in love with it. I literally watched probably like the first 4 seasons in like maybe 2 weeks.
Just I did the same thing.
Yeah, Carol and Jay are big fans of that.
I love it.
What's one of your favorite shows that you're watching right now?
I'm rewatching The Shield because I didn't finish that.
See, I've never seen that, and I hear it's really good.
It's crazy. Like it's really a comparison to Breaking Bad. Like everything gets worse, and then he's got to fix it, and it gets worse. He's got to fix it.
So I'm still excited for the Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Gotta watch that show.
Oh.
Here it comes.
Go wait in the car.
Turn off her mic.
Just go wait in the car, Tab.
Seriously. All right, when you're done getting through whatever the little frou-frou show is you're watching, you said, start Breaking Bad. I'm serious. It's amazing.
First
it's a great
2
show.
episodes get you hooked on pretty quick.
Yeah, because that's all I watch.
It's a lot like
you know what? I'm kind of over.
And by the time you're done with season 1, it's like, all right, I got to find out what the hell is going on with the rest of this. But I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. Doug, I want to say thanks for being on the show. Go ahead and give more information on Friday again.
Friday at the Boiler Room, me, Megaran, Urizen, Dr. Awkward, 7 p.m.
Reptile guy.
Lizard Professor.
Lizard Professor.
Lizard Professor.
Moriarty Lizard Face.
Nice.
So, when I first heard the name, I thought of Spider-Man, that doctor.
Dr. Octopus.
Yeah.
Doc Ock.
Yeah, Doc Ock.
Or the lizard.
Lizard Professor.
Oh, Lizard.
The lizard.
Well, they had a baby, so that's where that comes from.
Anyways.
True stuff right there.
But thank you for having me.
No problem. You're always a joy to have in the studio. Yeah, thanks for tolerating us. So, and also make sure at the end of the show you stick around because we're going to play the video from your last from one of the performances at Double Wide. Right. So make sure you stick around at the very end of the show for that. But Doug, once again, thanks for being on the show, and you're welcome for us letting you come on. You're very, very welcome. Up next, we're going to have Urizen, who's going to be performing along with Doug, and of course, good friends of the show's own, Urizen.
The show's own.
So you're watching the DELoL show on DELoL.com.
Check 1, 2. DELoL on air. DELoL on air.
It's time to really get our party on now.
Guys, and we're back with Urizen, who are here today in studio to talk about beards.
Yes,
I'm very
thank you.
excited. We were ending on we were talking about the monkey tail a second ago.
Yes.
Go ahead and let's jump right in and talk about the monkey tail. What is that?
Well, the monkey tail. Where's the camera?
There's a couple of cameras right there.
Right over there. Essentially, the monkey tail, it starts on a sideburn and goes around under the chin, up the side, over the mustache, and then kind of like cuts off right there.
So it's a swirl. It's
like a little swirl, like as if.
So do you have to sculpt like a monkey on your, like a, you know?
No, that's what somebody needs to do. Get a mohawk or enough of a hair to actually sculpt a monkey up there.
Well, because I've seen someone sculpted. They sculpted like a lizard. I'm gonna hold this up because I've got this tall stool, but I've got like the smallest microphone stand that's not adjustable.
See, that's why I was playing with mine earlier to make it taller.
Don't play with yours during the show. Wait till we get home.
I can't keep my hands off it.
But yeah, no, I saw someone had it was like a lizard. Someone sculpted a lizard out of their hair, and then they had a little rat tail for the tail. Oh. But couldn't you do like sculpt a monkey and then have the monkey tail?
I'm issuing that as a challenge to our fans that are watching. I want somebody to do the full-on monkey do.
The whole monkey
head. Monkey do?
The whole monkey do.
Too.
Yeah.
Do the monkey do.
You know what? New song idea for you guys. I want to hear by 2014, the monkey do. I want that to be a song.
There'll be a dance involved in that.
That's
too.
what I'm thinking.
The monkey do.
A flinging
a
motion.
surf twist. Now see, all right, maybe UUTF will do that. Is the monkey do? Y'all familiar with UUTF? Creators of the tummy rub?
No.
It's a song about. It's a hardcore rap / metal song about cats liking their tummy rub. It's great.
That's good.
A couple of fools from around Dallas a couple of fools. I don't know who they are. Never met them.
You don't know anything about Dell. He's usually talking about himself.
Yeah.
Show has my name in it for one reason and one reason only. I like me. Oh man, am I covering some deep-seated inadequacies? All right. So guys, the real reason you're on the show is to talk about.
Or microphone.
Beards.
What is this? Stage left.
Microphones, microwaves, whatever.
So, guys, we were talking earlier with a guy you might know named Doug Funnie, and he was telling us that there's this band called Urizen that's going to be playing along with him on Friday.
Correct.
And
yes.
I know you guys have been calling me and bugging to get back on the show, and you're welcome. But
it was a long journey, but we never gave up.
Well, we finally opened. I know that the show was booked originally with us doing the Connect and the Wii U review.
Hang on, stop what you're saying and look at that. It's the lizard.
Nice.
The lizard.
Oh, I wish there was a way we could put this.
We can hold it up to the camera, I guess. But
I don't know that that'll translate.
I don't know that
Is this the
translate
picture
well.
you're talking about?
That is it right there.
All right, for the people at home, this is a treat. You need to go find it on your own. Just Google image search.
Google image lizard hairstyle.
Yeah, I think Jenna's going for it now.
Man, we should have had the fans do that to your hair.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You have the beard. Why don't you have a lizard clinging to the?
No,
it's
well, he's got a Rufio.
Yeah, think about it.
Show him your Rufio.
Well, I had like really gnarly hair, and I was gonna get it cut for the tour, and we left it up to our fans to pick if I got a nice clean cut or a mullet.
Well, kind of, because you're like, hey, I think you put it up. You're like, hey, should he get a mullet? I mean,
everybody's like, yeah, go ahead and get a mullet.
Don't get a mullet.
Well, Daniel's got the big enough one now that I think what I want to see is the hanging sloth. The beard cut into the sloth that looks like it's hanging on to the chin.
That would be fantastic.
That would look amazing.
Now, guys, do we have any videos from you to kind of acquaint our audience with what you guys do?
Well, Christmas video.
Well, to acquaint them, you want to do the Pinkerton
That one's
battle?
really long, though.
Oh, 6. We'll do that one later.
We can go take a smoke break.
I mean, yeah, maybe we can do that one later. You know what we should watch is this other video, though.
Alrighty.
It's a Christmas video. It's not exactly timely.
No. This is our first show back from Christmas.
Yeah.
So
We
it's
still have
apropos.
Christmas decorations,
Right,
so
me
it works.
too.
Yeah.
So
My balls still have little bills hanging from them in tinsel.
Those are dingleberries.
We-
Those are asshole.
Oh, that's gross.
We put out a new
Get
song in like the week before Christmas. We put out a Christmas song that we did called Autonomy, and we put together like a little promo video, kind of it's like a holiday e-card / buy our new
I like that.
thing. I think it's fantastic. I'm not ashamed to say that it's awesome.
I'm not ashamed to say I'm great.
Right.
I like your attitude.
Right. I learned from the best.
You're the only one.
That's true. Poor Rustin.
Yeah. But yeah. So I don't know if you want to look at that now or if you want to.
Yo, let's give me also a little.
It's pretty short.
What's a one-sentence synopsis of what you guys do? Because I was introduced to you about 3 or 4 years ago. At Allcon, yeah.
That's a good place to start. You know, we were. If you asked me this question 5 years ago, I would have said,
"Shut up, Del."
Well, I would have said,
"Who are you?"
How dare you talk to me? You know,
How dare you address me?
How did you get into my house? That would have been the question. Yeah.
No, I would have said, "Oh, we're a metal band." But since that, I mean, that was pretty much it. But you know, everyone's got to start somewhere, and that's where we started.
We started at the top and continue to rise, but not everybody's that lucky.
And then we meander around to the middle, and then but now you know, as she mentioned, we played Allcon, we played conventions, we do crazy theatrical type stuff, and we pretty much incorporate any kind of music that we like. So it's an
amazing show too. I mean, how I was introduced to y'all was we were outside the ballroom. And there was this annoying racket of drums being like, we're like, oh God, are we gonna have to hear this the entire thing? So anyway, and Brian and I, the other guys from Neither Noir, we were sitting there like, holy fuck, man, what is this metal band? We open the door and there y'all are in your space outfits, with a giant alien on stage. I was like, oh God, I was wrong. This is gonna be amazing. And sure enough, when they beat up an alien and rip out its eye on stage while performing, it was classic.
That's probably one of the best things I saw at Allcon.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I was a fan immediately.
I agree.
I went out and started.
Thank you.
I actually went out, was rounding people up like, okay, you guys, you need to come in here and watch what's going on. This is amazing. And of course, I've seen you perform a couple times since then, like over at the Originally Theater and stuff. And it's always been great. So I'm really excited. So let's roll this first video and let people see the treat that is Urizen.
Yeah, this is good.
Matt, you're right.
Doing?
Could you turn the light back off?
Very nice, guys. And I think that does kind of encompass everything I'll do. It's music, but it's got a sense of humor to it as well and lightheartedness.
Right.
But it's
theatrics.
It's very nice. It's very theatrical, but it's metal. I'm sure it's hardcore.
Well, yes,
it can be.
you.
Yes.
And of course, for the people that weren't paying attention at the beginning because they're idiots, Urizen does the theme song, which they've been hearing for over the past year, which replaced our original theme song. Taffet, have you ever heard the original theme song for the show?
Was it just a cat meowing?
No, it's we tried to record the worst theme song ever. Like literally tried to make it sound the worst, but the lyrics proclaimed it was the best theme song ever. We aired it 7 times on the pilot episode. We just kept listening to it over and over again. It was one of the worst songs ever. I'll have to dig that out.
I haven't seen that.
It was the band
I'm really happy I was not
the band
affiliated with the
UUTF
show.
did it for us. Same guys the cat rap video.
Oh, I've heard of those guys.
Yeah, they're really
The
good.
ones with the rap.
Those guys are great.
What's so great about that is, anytime that there's a horrible piece of art that I'm not attached to, I love that those guys step right up and handle it. So, I mean, obviously, you guys, it's very theatrical. Like we were talking about, beating up aliens on stage. I mean, you're dressed in spacesuits and space gear. All your songs are very, video game and somewhat nerd oriented. But I remember one time I actually called and y'all wrote the theme song for the Gaga show as well.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I almost wish that we hadn't given it to him. We had kept that for us because that is one of the absolute best theme songs ever written for a show. I mean, I'm not joking. Like, I love that piece.
That was my first and only attempt at writing a theme
Dude,
song.
it was fantastic.
It's
like,
his best and worst theme
I've
song that he's ever done.
I've had people like that have watched the show. They're like, the show's good, but man, that theme song. Like, people tell me like they love that theme song. If you haven't seen the show too, you might want to check it out.
That's a history of. That's a history of playing video games and watching Boy Meets World, right?
Really? Is that what it was?
That's it.
It's really great. So make sure you check that out, the Gaga on YouTube for, if nothing else, the theme song. But the rest
that's
of
what I
it's
was going to say.
one episode directed by Del Pullen. And I believe I had a cameo in one as well. So
Boy Meets World is coming back on the air. Supposedly.
Yeah, isn't that
weird?
With Corey
it's like Girl Meets World, I believe.
Yeah, it's his daughter or something like that. Oh, come on. It's going to be as good as the Leave It to Beaver when that came back on the air.
The Boy Meets World was what was his name? Eric's show. It's it's always the support characters. Like, before when The Simpsons, it was always Homer, but it didn't work once they made Homer. He's like, no, it's the Homer show. And it's like, well, we liked him as the side character, getting to the crazy antics. You have to have the plain, the boring, the Corey.
Yeah. I mean, you can give everybody a little bit, but you got to share it around. If every episode was about Bender.
Right. Well, exactly. Bender. Well, the Bender show. What's that one that everybody loves, Bender, when he has his own show? I got ants in my pants, and he's smoking the stoves and like drinking the beers.
He's just a great character to begin with. So, but I mean, it's fantastic. I remember when I called him originally to talk about the theme song. This is how well Thomas knows. He goes, well, what kind of drums do you want? Do you want an N64 8-bit drums, or do you want an original NES 8-bit drums? And I was like,
that's right.
Who the fuck knows, dude? Write the damn song. Like,
he's got a whole notebook that's like, okay.
He was actually asking specifics of like which type of tone I wanted for beat drums. That's thoroughness. It was just that's something I would never even give consideration to because I don't care enough about other humans.
Well, and that's what we love about you, Del. No, but I mean that whole kind of scene, the chiptune, like nerdcore, like it's really interesting. I just flew out to DC. Was it the first week of January to a festival called MagFest. And it was it's all like, that's kind of the focus. I mean, they've got, the dealer rooms like Alcon and they have like it was gigantic free play arcade, but the emphasis is all those bands. So it was like, nerdcore rappers, and there's, chiptune bands doing video game covers, bands doing original music about video games, sort of kind of what we do sort of thing. Like Power Glove was there.
There was a band called Urizen there.
Yeah, well.
We were like, hey. That's awfully close.
They're all left-handed, yeah.
But no, I mean, man, like I kind of got into the fringe of the chiptune scene years ago, and I was like, oh, this is kind of neat. But going to that, I was like, oh my God, there's so many, if I said it there, like, which kind of drums do you want? Well, do you have the Commodore 64 samples? Because I'm really feeling that, but, you got to fill it in with the you have little sound DJ for Game Boys? Because we're using 2 now. I was like, well, but I've got my Nintendo.
See, that's amazing
the Nintendo.
to me.
That's
really
so
fun.
10 years ago.
Now,
it was great.
I mean, do you study like some of the composers? Because I'm a huge fan of. And here's the thing: I can never remember his name, but obviously the guy that scores for the Mario Brothers and the
that would be
the
Koji
Legend of
Kondo.
Zelda's Koji Kondo.
No.
Yeah, I can never remember his name, but he's absolutely amazing. I mean, every time one of the things I look forward to anytime a new Mario game comes out or a new Zelda game is listening for the soundtrack.
Oh,
I'm always so excited about that.
One of the coolest things from the newest Zelda Skyward Sword is the main theme. What's it? It's a version of. The main theme is backwards version of the Song of Time.
Yeah, Song of Time.
Song of Time. I thought that was really cool.
So cool.
I can't wait to play that game.
It's probably God, I don't know if it's my favorite, but maybe the motion controls
it's
will
a
make
tough
it
call. I mean,
one of my favorites because you can interact in a way that you never could before.
Yeah, no, it was
I think they had something like a 100-piece orchestra to.
It was a full orchestrated recording instead of just digital bits, and that was so great.
And I feel bad because I can't remember their name to like give them props, but at MagFest there was a string quartet that did, video game medleys, and they did Zelda, but they had one of the best arrangements. If you go to the MagFest and try to look up which one, I just can't remember the name, but a lot of people have done Zelda medleys, but their arrangement was amazing, and they did at some point in the middle Song of Time, and then backwards into the theme from Skyward Sword, and I was, I'm not gonna lie, I was misty-eyed.
Yeah, because there was a time actually. There was a time I asked Thomas where he got certain music from. He's like, well, I have like every Zelda song ever recorded.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, would you zip that up and send it over to me? And just yesterday, as a matter of fact, I was like, I had that on when I was cleaning the new apartment. I had that on, and my girlfriend was like, this is great. Put in her headphones and was listening to Adele over to the side. But I had Zelda cranking out the whole day. It was wonderful. I'm sorry, guys. I was saying because we're gonna have to wrap it up in just a little bit here. We have another music video that you want to play, but you said it's a little long.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we could play that, or we could talk about.
I'd say let's talk about the show, and then at the end of the show, let's tag them so the people at home we can get the hell out of here and get on with our lives. But the people at home get an extra 10 minutes of content.
There you go.
So we'll run that. We'll run the Doug Funnie, and then of course y'all's thing at the end. But the show on Friday. I'm really excited because I haven't seen y'all in quite a while.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited.
Really?
It's amazing.
Well, and
it's on my side of town.
if you haven't, and anyone out there that maybe has seen us in the past or hasn't seen us in a while, like there's
or has never seen you because they're blind,
or at all, and because they're stupid.
Yeah, if you're blind, don't come to our show. We do not cater to the blind.
If you're deaf, you'll have a great time.
You on your ass.
Ridiculous.
You could do that. Do who is it? The old movie where there's Gene Wilder and one of them's blind and one of them's deaf. Yeah. If you're a duo like that, then you could go and just
that's right. One guy can listen, one guy can watch.
They could talk about it.
Wall bangers.
Yeah, they could talk about it afterward. And
I can only imagine what it's like being deaf and watching y'all jump around, punching aliens, just being like, what in the hell? With no musical score to go with that. Yeah.
But what's cool, I mean, we have a lot of new stuff. Probably, I mean, we're always adding new stuff as we like scramble together money to make new stuff. We can add new stuff. So we've got new stage things that you probably haven't seen if you haven't been there in a while. Yeah. And I mean, it's pretty action packed at this point. Where like pretty much every song or almost every song, there's like something going on.
You want to tease one thing the audience can expect on stage?
A lot of cardboard boxes.
Now, your old roommate used to be the giant robot up on stage, right?
Yeah, he still is.
I think I don't know because we.
Oh wait, which roommate are we talking? Oh yeah.
Gabe.
All of his roommates end up being the robot.
Hey Jay, when I perform, Jay's the man who drinks gin on stage.
That's true.
Whenever I do a solo show, he introduced the song with a made-up story about how the song came around. I think the last time he said I'd been touring Brazil for 4 years. I was back in the United States.
were in the Turkish circus.
That's right, yeah. And he gets up with a glass of gin. We have musical instruments around him, and I just have my guitar and harmonica. He gets up, introduces the song. At the end of the show, people are like, when the fuck is he going to play an instrument? What is he doing on stage? Like, nobody understands that he's just...
getting people yelling at
He's
me,
my guy in the green suit on a Snoop Dogg show.
He's the hype man.
He's the hype man.
That was my bit. So.
And then he just sits there, and it's great. Because
I can't carry a tune in a bucket. So.
And all I do is sing, and then I sit back like that artist that can't be talked to, and let him do all the talking with the audience. It's so great. But man, that's nothing compared to what you guys do. Like, I mean, that's just... Y'all are just... I got me in all of Dallas. Y'all probably put on the most spectacular show.
Well, thank you.
I agree.
I'm really looking to.
All right, I'm hiring Daniel as our new promotions guy for the band.
He could just sit on the end
smart.
and agree, like,
yes,
this is
sir.
the best show there ever was.
Absolutely.
Yes, I agree with that. He'll be your
Ed McMahon, yeah. So a little bit more about, tell us something they can expect on Friday besides the cardboard, the robots.
Well, I mean, really, it's just the show itself. Our show is awesome. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, we've got a lot of cool stuff. We've got mind control helmets are a new thing that we do. We've got the robots. We've got the battle and all this stuff. But the whole show, like you mentioned before, is great. We've got Doug Funnie. We've got Dr. Awkward. We've got Droideka, Lizard Professor, and Random, a.k.a. Mega Ran.
Now, y'all played with any of those groups before?
We played a lot with Lizard Professor and Droideka.
Droideka, yeah.
But other than that, this is all new to us. And then this actually, I don't think we've mentioned yet that this is the tour kickoff show for our tour. It's called the Ness in the West tour that we're starting that day. And then we're leaving for about 2.5 weeks. And that's us and Random and Dr. Awkward are going to be doing a whole tour across the Southwest and up California and Washington, and
oh wow!
I mean, it's a pretty in depth, and we're really excited because it's a really interesting dynamic for us to be between kind of two nerdcore rappers. Like it's kind of this sandwich of like, nerdcore rap, and then us kind of like making a lot of noise and having a bunch of shit all over the stage, and then. Nerdcore rapping again, and we're going to be
actually
end
with beatnik poetry,
right?
About come on, snaps about my NES at home with its 8-bit system,
and that's what I would say about what I like about this scene. If you call it a scene that we've been getting,
I think
the scene we've been getting into.
It's the VGM.
Hey, we're the webcast of that scene.
Is that?
I think we're trying to get in on that. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
DELoL show is the official VGM scene.
I like that.
There we go.
Okay, can we get a liner from that
web show
later?
The thing is, if you ended the show with beatnik poetry about video games, it would work. That's what I love about it.
It would drive people out.
Well, no, they would love it.
Yeah,
people would get up and out.
All right, Doug, you want to get together and work on a beatnik? Okay, I might be willing to get up and perform that with bongo drums. I might be willing to do that and end out a show on that.
If you want to hop in the van and we'll take you,
I don't know about this. It'll take a while to put
No,
together.
it's okay.
I'll get the French hat and everything.
You've got a whole 4 or 5 days to figure it out. There's no problem.
Right.
I have faith in you.
Well, guys, I'm super excited, and if y'all should do any video, on tour, bring it back, and we'll bring you back in station for like $50.
Oh,
and we'll bring you back in studio.
You're giving us
the reduced rate.
The reduced rate.
Yep.
But seriously, we'll bring you back in, and Doug, same offer extends to you, obviously for $75. That if you want to come back in the studio, we'll definitely talk to you about how the tour went and anything y'all have to run about it.
We'd love to.
I'm honestly very excited to see how y'all do. I think y'all are going to be well received.
I hope so.
Tell that to your worldwide audience and make sure that they are well receiving.
Bitches, you heard Daniel. Love them.
Do it.
So, hey, real quick, just before y'all get out of here, can we get something like all the guys from Urizen saying like we love the DELoL show, something we can cut together into a promo?
So
what is it you said earlier? Something about
the DELoL show.
The DELoL show is fantastic.
It's all right.
I approve of this message.
All right, what do you want to? I think we're trying to say it all in tandem, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I don't fucking know. Let's
all say the DELoL show is fantastic.
Like that?
Ready? Yeah.
Well, we'll just say fantastic.
Please.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys say fantastic. All right, you ready?
What are you gonna can't do it, harmony. I'm sick.
You can even run through. We can edit.
Do you want to do a harmony?
I can't.
I think
you really want to try a harmony with me?
No. Why don't you say the DELoL show is, and then we'll do. You can do what harmony can you do?
Fantastic. Because I can't do anything because it cracks. It'll be like the guy from The Simpsons.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's a comedy show.
Well, you can do a lower one.
Fantastic.
Yeah, do it again.
Fantastic.
Perfect. Right. I like it. All right. Here we go.
Hold on. I forgot what I got to say.
The DELoL show is.
The DELoL.
Say it. Countryfied.
Do it.
Here we go.
Goddamn. All right. So what am I saying again?
I'll say that too. All right, Rustin, you just be quiet.
You smile.
You ready?
The DELoL show is.
I'm extremely tired. I am sorry.
You say yeehaw at the end.
All right. Yeah.
What's my note?
Just do.
Fan.
Yeah. Sure.
Right.
All right.
This is the longest.
You don't have a note. Just
All
say
right.
the DELoL show is.
Okay. The DELoL show is
fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks, guys. That's great. We'll definitely be using
Cut.
that.
Print it.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming in studio. Up next, of course, we're gonna get out of here. We're running a little over, but we're gonna run the Doug Funnie. Doug, what is this they're gonna be watching?
The show that I had.
The double wide footage. Then, of course, after that, we're gonna be running the Urizen footage. And next week,
Hey,
we're gonna
Urizen.
be.
Whoa.
Oh, Urizen. Oh, I made almost the whole show.
Del.
Oh no.
Man, we're gonna have to redo the whole show.
All right, I'll write you a check.
We're no
for that.
longer
Can we delete that fantastic?
Yeah. Hey, well, let's give him one back. I'll say Urizen is, and then y'all do fantastic. Urizen is
fantastic.
feel free to put that up on the website. The next promo video.
Absolutely.
So, guys, really, Doug and Urizen, thanks for coming in studio. They're always blessed. You're always welcome back. So, anytime
buddy.
y'all are having a show coming up, let us know. We'll make 5 minutes. Or
You mean like Friday at the Boiler Room?
Friday at the Boiler
This
Room.
Friday?
What time are y'all going to be playing?
We'll be playing. We're headlining, so we're playing very late. But it doesn't matter because you'll be there for the whole show.
That's right. You're going to be there for
and
starting
Doug
off with
Funnie's
Doug.
starting it off, and it's only $5.
$5.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
6 bands, $5. So it's like
I'm gonna have to wear my press hat though.
I really hope I stay sober to make it to you guys.
So do I.
Because that's a lot of time.
That's
It
the
is.
a lot of
Well,
headlining.
guys, you've been watching the first episode of the DELoL show in 2013. Next week, we're going to be reviewing the Nintendo Wii U and the what is it?
Connect.
The Xbox Connect. Look for some videos of us playing.
That's it. Okay. All right. So make sure you tune in for that. It's not going to be nearly as exciting as this show
It
because
really won't
this
be.
was guys. Thanks for helping kick off 2013 with the best show we're going to have all year.
Oh, you're
until
welcome.
the next time I say that to someone else. So, all right. Thanks for being on the show. You've been watching DELoL. Up next is nothing until tomorrow, I believe. So,
Hooray.
but Jedi, let's real quick talk about Pugs' new show. Oh, sorry. Well, I'll go ahead and
I have
say
his mic.
Pugs Moran is going to be doing a show tomorrow, I believe, starting at what time? Oh, we don't know yet. So anyway, tune in.
Just check it out all day long. Just wait for
but
it.
anyway, Pugs Moran from the old Live 105.3 is going to start doing an anchor show during middays here on the station. It's going to be a fresh show every day, so we're really, really excited. We came in the studio, V and I, the other night, last night or Friday night, and hung out and did almost a 4-hour show, and it was so much fun. So start looking for that on middays.
So wait,
on
how
the
do we get
station.
on that show?
That would be. I'll talk to you about it. We'll see. I'll pull some strings and make them dance.
Nice.
So, but yeah. So tune in next week, Sunday, 2 to 3, for the DELoL show on Deep Ellum on Air. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You mean to say that's the best you can do? Every single day when I fade away with magic like Penny Hardaway, when running like a renegade, the news is cast away like Tom Hanks. No thanks for making run on my mind. When I pull like Wilson and do stuck in the same hour, when I get back and attack on these motherfucking cats on the star. The camera, the film is
So we got Mr. Doug Funnie here.
What's happening?
How you doing? You excited to perform tonight?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited, given that it's really fucking cold outside and, we're outside performing. So I got my big ass petticoat.
Yeah, you look like you're hanging out in the Midwest right now.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask you, how did you come across the nerdcore genre?
I really just stumbled upon it. I mean, I was just doing hip hop how I see fit, you know what I'm saying? I just stumbled upon it really. I'm just doing me and then realized it was a subgenre. I didn't realize it was a subgenre until I found out MC Frontline's documentary.
And the consequences talking shit cause they don't want nada. When I recognize me, the bigger chilada, getting the bottom vagina, singing the Kuna Matata. It's a refrain for a wonderful
venues was too loud.
Yeah, I had to move back a little bit.
So the second question I had for you was, what are the challenges you face the most with the DFW area trying to expose the nerdcore genre?
Well, the thing about that is just a whole bunch of artists in the DFW area. They're like hardcore gangster rappers, like really mainstream hip-hop artists, you know what I'm saying? So when a dude comes out, spit like dirty words, spit about cartoon characters and comic books, they look at you like, what? Really? Where'd you come up with that shit? So to them it's more like a joke than it is a serious genre that I'm really doing what I really like, but it's whatever at that point, you know what I'm saying? So you just kind of have to keep doing what you do, hoping that people like it.
Just do it because you love it, right?
Yeah, man.
Good stuff. All right, man. Good luck.
It's chocolate bread and fancy, and we're calling this the training day. Growing greater every second of every single day. When I fade away, we're magic like Penny Hardaway. When running like a renegade, the news is cast away like Tom Hanks. No.
Everybody put your hands together for Urizen. As some of you know, I am Dr. Lyle Jupiter III of the COG. Yes, she knows. And I would like you all to help me to welcome these good people to the city of New Orleans. As a matter of fact, I have a gift to give to each and every one of them. These Picotronic, submoronic, brain-relaxing helmets. And I'd like each of you to put on these helmets. Yes. Put them on. They're very comfortable. I made them to fit your craniums precisely. I've done my research, ladies and gentlemen, and you are going to see some high-quality relaxation in just 1 second. Just 1 second from now. All right, are you comfortably ensconced within these helmets? Here, you put this one on too. Yes, or else. I mean, you're going to really enjoy it. Good. All right, now. Once I flip this switch, the relaxation will begin, and the music you will hear will be altered in a very, very positive way. Just stand by.
Air, serving the DFW Metroplex. Only the best in underground and local music.
'Cause me and music are one. You know, music is like my best friend.
DELoL on air. DELoL on air. Only the best in local music.
Do it live!
From DFW and beyond. DELoL on air. Hungover with V, Sundays 11 to 1.
Why can't you just drink yourself happy like a normal person?
DELoL on air.
He's bombed.